Today we're talking about the Megadep adapter and the Viltrox adapter for the Nikon ZR. So I've got both of the boxes right here. Here's the Viltrox Z-to-E Adapter and the Megadep, which is also a Z-to-E adapter, but this is the Megadep Plus. And if anything's going to foreshadow today's video, you may see something in the background that lets you know which one I think is better. Now, I bought the Viltrox first because the Viltrox one is $99 and the Megadep Pro Plus adapter is $250. So I wanted to see which one works better. Obviously, if you could spend $100 and get the same result, a lot of people may opt for the $100 one. And so I got the Viltrox in first, and I was very happy with the performance. I'm using all crop Sony glass, so I used the Sony 11mm. I did some vlogging with it. I also used the 16mm Sigma E-mount and the 18-50. They all work pretty decent. The autofocus was a little slow, but it worked okay with the Viltrox. I have no complaints. I could totally use it. Now I got the Megadep adapter in. And all the same things. I used the 11mm, I used the 16mm from Sigma, the 18-50. They all work great, just about as good as on the Viltrox. Also forgot to mention I used the 20mm Sur anamorphic autofocus lens that we're using right now to film on both of these, and it worked fine. So I'm like, okay, well, they are pretty similar, and this one's only $100 and this one is $250. But one of the things that I know on the regular Megadep adapter it's a problem, and on this Viltrox I can confirm it is an issue, is, you know, EF to E adapters don't work. And so I couldn't use my Sigma MC11, I couldn't use my VND adapter, any of that stuff, which is all then more accessories, more mount converters that I have to buy for the Z mount, because I'm trying to not, you know, buy that much Z mount lenses. I'm trying to just test the waters of the system. But the Megadep adapter, which I can foreshadow right here, happens to work with the Sigma MC11. So I'm going to bring this up real quick so you can see. So I have the Megadep adapter right here, and I have my Sigma MC11 attached to my Sigma 24-35. Autofocus works. Obviously, electronic communication works. You can change the aperture. That's a huge thing for me because now, since this is really the only full-frame lens I plan on using with this camera right now, I don't have to go out and buy a Firmware adapter, which then makes the Megadep adapter or the Megadep Pro Plus adapter, you got to make sure you choose the Pro Plus version, the one that's worth it for me specifically, because now I don't have to go out and buy a Firmware adapter, and the cost of everything, it just makes more sense for me since I already have the MC11. I use it with my Sony FX30, with other Sony cameras in the past. Makes a lot more sense, less things I have to get. So I think if you're interested between the Viltrox adapter or the Megadep Pro Plus, again, make sure it's the Pro Plus. I think it just depends on what lenses you're using. I think if you're using all Sony lenses, you could probably use either one for the most part for video. They're both not incredibly fast, but they're totally usable, especially for what I'm doing with a lot of podcast, YouTube type work. These are totally usable in the autofocus modes. If you need to use an MC11 adapter, it's a no-brainer. You got to go for the Megadep Pro Plus. And I had a feeling that was the case because in the release notes for the Pro Plus, they said something about how it was compatible with some adapter. And I'm like, well, the old one wasn't compatible with any adapters. So maybe that means this one will work, and I'm super happy it does. Also, the Viltrox has one minor weird quirk that also was one of the reasons I wanted to try the Megadep, and it's, if you look at the back here, you'll see these like dots here, right here, that I'm pointing at, and this is actually for a cable. You plug the cable into this. It's a very loose cable, and it's for firmware updates. It's a pain in the butt to use. It's not like a real USB cable. I'll pull it out right now. I just don't know if it's going to show up, but it looks, let me see if I can put my hand here. Yeah. Here's what it looks like. You plug that in and it's through USB, and it's just not a great system. So to do the firmware updates, it's a pain on that. So do keep that in mind when you do the firmware updates through the Megadep adapter. You just download the update and it actually does it through the camera body. So it's a lot safer, a lot easier to do. And that was a big choice on why I'm going to pack this thing up right now and get ready to return it. If you have any questions about these, let me know in the comments below. I'll be definitely keeping the Megadep Pro Plus adapter. I don't plan on keeping the Viltrox at this point. I'm going to go return it. I was going to do a comparison video, but the fact that you can use at least the MC11 adapter, it was a clear winner for me because I'm only using Sigma EF full frame lenses. So again, any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you got knowledge and value out of today's video, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to keep up to date with all the videos on the channel. And until next time, my name's Jeff Fagien. Thank you for joining me today on this random, short, hopefully informative video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.